We are live.
Live.
Doing it live.
Everybody ready?
Yes.
As we'll ever be.
This week on the Media Virus Podcast, feds believe that Diddy may be a diddler and have raided his properties on both coasts looking for evidence that Diddy diddled her or that he didn't. That one's a tongue twister. I'm going to start over. This week on the Media Virus Podcast, feds believe that Diddy may be a diddler and have raided his properties on both coasts looking for evidence that Diddy, diddled her, or that she was alternatively diddled by another diddler, not Diddy. So did he or didn't he? Philadelphia golf course proves that electricity is very effective in thwarting copper theft. And the infection team has an exclusive conversation with Bill Carlin, a survivor of the Baltimore collision with the cargo vessel Dolly and the Francis Scott Key Bridge. It's the Media Virus Podcast. Let's point and laugh at the world burning around us with executive producer Mike Latoris. We're going to start over. BBC correspondent Stanley McFadden.
Makes me tingly in an unfamiliar way.
Grease Monkey Pete.
Damn, Big Daddy.
Here's the thing about the Media Virus Podcast.
It's really well done.
And now, spreading the sage nihilism of an aged Gen Xer, your host and mine, the star of our show, the incomparable Maddie Rockdeath.
Hot damn, do we have a show for you people this week. I am Maddie Rockdeath, the maddiest of all the Rockdeaths, and proof positive that anyone can have a podcast. Speaking of, welcome to the Media Virus Podcast. Please like, subscribe, follow, and share. I want to take a minute and thank the new subscribers for their support, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or if you're just checking us out on the MediaVirus.com, thank you. And as always, you can give us a call here on the show, 646-VIRUS-01, 646-VIRUS-01. I did make a post about today's show earlier in Facebooks and all the, I don't have Twitter. I have a Twitter, but I'm locked out of it. I don't know how to get into it. But in all the Facebooks, that the number was up. And I actually transcribed the number, which I can't remember right now.
Our number?
Yes, our number, the 646-VIRUS-01 number.
Yeah, it's 847. I think it's 847-8701.
If that sounds right. That sounds right. But
Might be.
only days ago, a tragic event unfolded with the collapse of the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. A catastrophe. It's catastrophic, but it's a catastrophe that some folks,
You don't say.
some folks without common sense are saying that it was a vicious act of terrorism. Even dumber people are blaming global warming or even astrological events. However, the events were traumatic. And here today with us is William Carlin. He is a traveler that had the misfortune of, crossing that bridge. Let's get rid of that. There we go. And he's on with us. Let's just go. There we go. We'll go with a 4-piece. All right. So Bill, you went to Texas. Where'd you go?
Yeah, I went to Texas, but first off, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to relive my trauma here today with you guys.
Well, the only way to truly heal from trauma is to get with people who,
I don't know why I agreed
that
to this. I really
trust.
But
because you trust us, and that here you're in a safe, loving environment, where you can just be open and honest about, things. We know this is a traumatic. We're not gonna. What do you think we're gonna do? Shit on you, Bill?
I mean, dude, the whole fucking thing came down.
I know it did. But let's start. What were you doing in Texas? Let's
I
start there.
was visiting Jimmy.
How's Jimmy doing?
He's doing good. He's doing good. He loves Texas. The whole 9 yards. But
Did you go to Buc-ee's?
my flight got canceled, and I had to book a flight back to Baltimore because there were none to Philadelphia. So I spent the day in Baltimore. It was, a nice day, except
So
for
you
the
weren't.
way
So you were in Texas. You were in Texas.
Yep.
Your flight gets canceled. This is like Final Destination shit.
Yep.
Your flight gets canceled, or you would have just flown right into Philadelphia.
Yeah, and I would have avoided being the star of Final Destination 6.
Right. There was no reason for you to be in Baltimore except you were trying to get home.
Yep.
All right. So take us through that. You're
So,
driving
the
home.
plane lands. I get out the plane. I'm enjoying my time in Baltimore. I got some crab cakes, the whole 9 yards. And then, finally my little brother shows up to pick me up from the airport, and we're on our way home. And, we crossed that bridge.
Now, what was it like?
It
What
was
was it
just
like to
crazy.
cross that bridge? I mean, was it scary to cross it?
I mean, dude, you saw the footage. Like,
I did see the
I still don't believe that I'm still alive today. Like,
Okay.
I mean,
dude,
we're all
like,
grateful that you're still here.
yeah, I mean, this is one of the closest moments I've ever come to dying. And, like, it's good and fine and dandy that, like, I can laugh about it now. But, we went across that bridge. And, I mean, when I saw that ship just hit that pillar, I was like, oh, my God.
What went through your head when you saw that bridge going through, like coming right at the bridge? There was nothing.
I was like, this can't end well. You know what I mean? And there was a couple cars on there, and you see the cars, you wish them well. And I know they're still like recovering people and whatnot,
Yeah. Now, what was going through your head while you were actually going over the bridge?
I was kind of just like looking off in the distance, looking at the ships going up and down the harbor. Didn't really think anything of it at the time because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Oh.
So there were no signs, you couldn't see the ship coming at the bridge pier?
I didn't notice it. It's one of those things like I probably wasn't looking for it. It's like when there's the monkey in the background and you're not looking for the monkey,
Right.
But I just, it was a beautiful day and I didn't see the ship. And then,
A beautiful day.
yeah, it was beautiful, dude. We got crab cakes on the river. It was a fantastic day. And then, it all got ruined when we got on that bridge.
Right.
Well, I mean, were you part of the, search effort or the help effort? I mean, obviously you made it over the bridge before it collapsed because you're talking to us.
Dude, I just really wanted to get home really fast. So it was one of those deals. It's like I spent all the time in the airport. I just wanted to go home. I really wanted to, get to bed at a reasonable hour and, get home and get to bed,
So you just you got to safety and then you were just happy with that.
So
I mean, I couldn't have known, you know what I mean? Like, I by the time it happened, I was already over the bridge.
So at what point do you become aware that this bridge has fallen down?
It was one of those deals. I was sitting there and I'm just kind of flicking through my phone and I'm like, holy shit, that bridge. We just went over that bridge.
So like, how long do you think you were there ahead of time? I mean, you didn't.
It was a while. I mean, but it was
Like,
still
you didn't
scary.
see the ship coming.
Close. What?
You didn't see the ship coming. So
no. But it was close, man. I'm telling you, it was close.
And you talk about a nice day, but the collision actually happened at 1:30 in the morning.
I mean, it was, time gets like all jumbled when you're under stress and you're under pressure. I don't know, man. This is one of those deals like trauma.
Are we gonna have to try to charge you with stolen valor or something, dude?
I mean, I crossed the bridge and, the next morning I watched the footage on my phone just like everybody else and went, holy shit, I just crossed that bridge right before that happened.
And
Right before it happened, Bill?
right before.
Yeah, I crossed it like 4 p.m.
Oh, you narrowly escaped death.
4 p.m., huh?
Dude,
By
I was
like
within
7 hours.
7 hours of dying. You know how stressful that is?
Wow.
What's so funny?
Matt, you told
Have
me.
you ever almost died before?
Yeah, I have almost died a couple
Yeah.
times. But when
Yeah,
I
and
almost
you know
die,
it
I actually
sucks.
almost die.
Like, I'm reliving the trauma here, and you're just
Hey,
making
Professor,
your
are we
dick
gonna
out
have to
of it.
dial up the legal team and slap Bill here with some sort of,
Well, what I'm thinking is, I've had situations where I've almost died, but there's never a 10-hour delay between cause and effect unless it's like something I've poisoned myself with.
Well, dude, that boat, who knows where it was at that moment? It could have struck at any second.
It was
That's all I'm saying.
It was moored at the
I was
pier
lucky
in
that it was not the second
Baltimore
that I was on
Harbor.
that bridge. I narrowly escaped it.
Narrowly.
Narrowly. Life is but a dream. Ugh.
I kept fumbling with my fucking mute button. The fucking mic wouldn't mute. I'm like, now it'll do it.
Dude.
What?
In a tragic incident yesterday, the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, Maryland, made headlines as the center span collapsed following a collision with a cargo ship named Dolly. Reports indicate the cargo ship experienced a loss of power, leading to a collision with the bridge. The impact resulted in a collapse of the bridge's center span, causing chaos and disruption in the area. The collision has had devastating consequences, with 6 construction workers presumed dead and 2 fortunate individuals rescued from the scene. Rescue efforts have transitioned to a recovery operation as authorities work tirelessly to locate the missing individuals. The aftermath of the incident has caused significant disruptions to operations at the Baltimore port and transportation routes, amplifying the impact on the local community.
Well, I hope they're not looking for Bill. Could you
Well, I mean,
could you imagine? They're like, people wondering, we're looking for this man. He's missing.
Man, he's missing. He was supposed to be in Philadelphia, but unfortunately his flight got, transferred.
Just,
But,
imagine if that.
Dude,
look at it
I'm
this way.
Sure, I saw that boat that morning because there were like 3 or 4 cargo ships off like the side of that bridge, coming in towards the port that morning. And, we're kind of like driving over that bridge and we got lunch and, but, it 7
Dude,
hours.
Had your flight been a couple hours later?
Yeah,
had your flight been a couple, and your brother, maybe if he would have stopped to take a shit.
Yeah.
You might have only missed that by like an hour.
If you had a whole other day's worth of shit to do from the time you were there to the time that it actually happened.
Aside, it's like I could have picked any day of the year to cross that bridge, and I picked the day that it comes down. Like, what's the luck of that?
I think it went down because you went over it.
It's true. It probably has a weight.
I think that you cursed it with your presence.
Death is chasing you.
You're not supposed to be there, Bill. You're supposed to be sequestered to Bristol and Philadelphia. Bucks and Philadelphia County are the only places you're allowed to go.
Yeah. Well,
Did you have a good time in Texas, though?
I jinxed the bridge somehow.
You did. Did you have a good time in Texas, though?
Oh, yeah. Texas was real fun. Next time I'm going, I'm getting a cowboy hat, Could take some dance lessons. You know,
Give
go
me a
boot
Bucky's
school.
t-shirt. Next time you go to Texas,
Ooh.
I want a Bucky's t-shirt.
You want a Bucky's t-shirt?
Fuck yeah, I want a Bucky's t-shirt.
I'll have Jimmy mail it to me when he mails me my Bucky's beef jerky. I'm getting him to mail me a bunch.
You got to get yourself a good pair of boots.
Jimmy's a good guy.
I actually ripped the soles out of my boots when I was there this time.
Since we've never used last names, you know, I'm going to tell you a story about Jimmy. Jimmy sent a buck-ass naked picture to everyone he worked with. Drunk out of his fucking mind.
Wow.
Full ass, not just a dick pic. Like he set the I don't know if it like he took it from like over here, or he got a selfie stick, or he set the camera up. But it's I think Bill has the shot somewhere.
No. I didn't know it was coming, but like your kid opened it at work in the middle of his birthday with people surrounding him.
That's when Matt worked with Bill. And yeah. That Jimmy's a good guy. I like Jimmy. I like Jimmy a lot. But we got, you know who I don't like? And never really have.
Who's that?
P. Diddler.
P. Diddler?
P. Diddy. Puff
Yeah.
Daddy. I remember when he
I
was
like
just
Puff
Puff.
Daddy.
You like Puff?
You would.
Yeah, he's like a good artist. You know what I mean? Good guy.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Being brought up on sex charges.
No, that's P. Diddy. You got these guys mixed up.
No, I don't. P. Diddy and Puff Daddy are the same person.
Are they? Is this like a Snoop Lion deal? The whole
I think
like
they're all
Snoop Dogg,
related to
Snoop
Sean
Lion are the
Combs.
same guy,
somehow.
or like?
In
The
a
whole
s-
time I thought I liked Puff Daddy songs.
In a startling turn of events, the homes of renowned rapper Sean Diddy Combs were raided by Homeland Security. According to according to reports from Fox News, federal agents executed search warrants at multiple locations linked to the music mogul. The reasons behind these raids are still shrouded in mystery, leaving fans and onlookers alike baffled. Sources indicate that the raids are part of an ongoing investigation, though specific details remain scarce. This development has sent shockwaves throughout the entertainment industry, with many wondering what implications it might have for Combs and his vast empire. Allegations against Sean Diddy Combs have surfaced in recent times, further adding to the intrigue surrounding these events. The Independent reports that Combs faces accusations related to his business dealings and associations. While the exact nature of these allegations has not been fully disclosed, they have undoubtedly cast a shadow over his once unassailable reputation. As the situation continues to unfold, speculation is rife about the potential fallout for Sean Diddy Combs and those connected with him. With the spotlight firmly trained on his high-profile figure, the public awaits further updates on this developing story.
All I gotta say is I read this story, and the first thing that came to mind is this is just Pizzagate part 2. You know, it's got a lot of similarities in the story, and we all know how that turned out.
Yeah, the press covered it up. That's what happened to that story. The press covered it up.
You think the press covered it up?
The guy who said the story was fake was recently brought up on sexual molestation charges.
Okay. And those are related how?
He said this story is fake, and then 10 years later gets caught fucking kids.
Okay. Well, the P. Diddy thing's probably fake, and then
so he was like,
reporters will
10
get
years ago,
caught,
there's no
10
kid
years from
fucking
now,
in New
too.
York, and then he's in New York fucking kids, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of don't take anything he has to say. Like, I kind of feel like there's a cover up there.
Could
Like,
be.
he researched it, found out it was true, figured that he could fuck all the kids he wanted, and said, no, there's nothing here.
So what you're telling me is that Pizzagate probably happened, so this probably happened.
I mean,
Correlated
things happen.
events.
Yes.
See.
Yes. I'm saying that I'm going to go as far as to say that P Diddy was involved in Pizzagate. What do you think of that?
Dude.
You heard it here first on the Media Virus podcast. Because I just made it up.
Just totally made it up.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing about doing the news. That's why we do a news show, Bill. Because sometimes we just make shit up. And you can't do that unless you're a news show.
That's right.
That's true. The news is usually fake, and that is why Trump calls it fake news.
Right.
That's why when we tell the story, we fill in the blanks indiscriminately with bullshit and poppycock.
Right. That's true. Yeah. You know, P. Diddy and Joe Biden, Trump 2024, were both involved in Pizzagate. You heard it here first.
Do you doubt it?
I mean,
maybe Joe was just
say
stiffing him.
whatever we want. I mean, I'm going to throw the Queen of England in here next.
I mean, Prince Harry's been named in one of the allegations. You know?
Yeah, but the guy's name is Prince Harry. Like, doesn't that just sound like a diddler?
You're right.
He does have a checkered past. Like when he was a young man, he came to the realization very early that he was just the spare. So he acted that way. There's all kinds of footage of him in Vegas walking around playing pool naked in hotel suites and shit.
Sounds like he had a run-in with like a scout director.
Yeah, like he was
early in life.
He just went and fucked off and did whatever he fucking wanted to.
I mean, what would you do?
Probably the same thing,
right? You always have to think about what would you do, right? Just like in the case of that dude that debunked Pizzagate. Like if you were a dude that liked fucking kids, right?
What would you do?
You found a whole bunch of kids you could fuck. Are you going to say, "Hey, there's this kid fucking going on"? No, right? Or if you're the spare heir to the throne, you're not really. You were just kind of like thrown out, like just in case my big brother dies.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna go play pool naked and show my dick to people.
Yeah, what's it matter? I'm never gonna.
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
It's just probably a size comparison thing with the pool stick. You know what I mean?
Probably.
But the great thing is, at that point, you're the Prince of Wales. What's it matter what your dick looks like? You'll tell people what to think of your dick. You're the Prince of Wales.
It's true. It's true.
Nothing makes your dick bigger than being royalty.
That is true. And nothing makes your dick smaller than getting electrocuted.
It's not.
It doesn't help.
No. So in Philadelphia, a tragic incident unfolded.
I don't think it's that tragic. To be honest with you, it's not that tragic.
Sparking a death investigation by authorities.
It sparked a death.
Thank you, AI. AI has a sense of humor.
That was fantastic.
According to reports from 6ABC, a man was electrocuted while allegedly attempting theft. The Philadelphia Police Department responded to the scene where they discovered the victim's lifeless body. Details surrounding the incident are still emerging, but initial reports suggest that the man was attempting to steal copper wire when he came into contact with a live electrical source, resulting in his untimely demise. This incident serves a stark reminder of the dangers associated with criminal activity and the importance of exercising caution in all endeavors.
So yeah, be more careful when you're trying to steal shit from people. And I was saying this in the meeting. There's only one thing that I think is funnier than unintended consequences. And
that's
like when the Gaza relief crushed those people. Like, I
Right.
know it's not funny that those people got crushed,
Right.
but it's funny that like we're like bleeding hearts. So we got to help these people, and then we drop food on them, and it kills them. That's funny,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's inherently funny. I know. Like maybe maybe it's too soon, to make jokes about that.
No, because I think you made one of the better comments that I heard about it when we talked about this on the show the first time it came up. Was Walt fucking Disney can drop an elephant on a village and not hurt anybody. You can't
Tracks.
drop some fucking sandwiches?
I mean, if they would have just let the sandwiches go out unpacked, they wouldn't have hurt anybody. I think it was if they just took the sandwiches and just dumped them out of the crate, it wouldn't have hurt anybody. I mean, it might have knocked some kids unconscious, but when they woke up, they'd have a bologna sandwich.
Yeah, it would be so
the only
funny
thing
to
that
watch people get smacked with falling sandwiches.
That would
though.
be fantastic. Oh, we would watch that news coverage just over and over. That would be funnier than the exploding whale.
That would be 3 weeks of content for us.
That would be absolutely. But the only thing I find funnier than unintended consequences is perfectly foreseeable consequences. Perfectly foreseeable
That you chose to ignore.
that you chose to ignore because because people would rather choose a life of fucking crime than work a job or do gig work or drive Uber. There's so many ways that you can earn a living that you
is
don't
true.
have to resort to stealing the copper out of a golf course.
Yeah, but I
You know
mean,
what
there
I
was
mean?
probably $36 worth of copper. You
Right,
Don't think about that?
There's not that much copper.
You don't
Well-
think there was $36 there?
I mean,
I
maybe
guarantee
30,
there was more than
maybe
that.
36.
$36. I mean, it's only a couple pounds. So,
Depends on what you end up with.
yeah. I mean, that's what I'm trying to say is like, I wouldn't do it for like, $34, but I think right around $36, $37, I'd have to at least kind of think about it. You know what I mean?
So we found Bill's bare minimum price is
Bill has a number.
$37.
Bill, the number.
$37.26. Somewhere around there.
I
Not doing
feel
it
like
for 36 and a quarter.
I feel like that's half a tank of gas in your car.
Bill, not for nothing, but
Exactly.
even I have the personal rule that you shouldn't risk your life for less than $40. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
220s at minimum.
I think I hit the nail on the head. That's half a tank of gas.
It's half a tank of gas. I mean, half a tank of gas, just, they ain't making any more dinosaurs. That's all I'm saying.
That is, and that's a getting a tickle in my throat now.
Oh, we just stop.
So when I heard about this story the first time, the first thing I couldn't get out of my head is like, you ever like hear of somebody peeing on an electric fence?
Yeah, I have.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is like that on steroids. Like
It was Rab
steal
himself.
Copper out of a golf course is like, somebody pulling over on the side of the road going, ooh, I'm not going to hold it till I get home. I'm going to publicly urinate. And then they find out public urination results in zappy zap.
It does happen
It happens.
because
I just wonder if it looked like that scene from Home Alone.
it won't happen if you're not grounded though. So if you've got shoes on and you're not and you're not completing that circuit, you don't get zappy zap.
So you're telling me that this guy was probably, not grounded then or grounded?
Or
He
there
was
was
definitely
enough
grounded.
or there was enough current that it could jump through him and span the gap between him and the closest ground. He took it close enough to the ground that it could jump an arc.
So the image
Which
I have
is
going
even
through my
worse
head is,
because
you
then
guys
you
ever
get
see
plasma
those like
burns.
hot dog makers from the 70s where you put like two forks on the side and you just zap the thing?
Yeah.
I just kind of like got that image in my head. It's kind of a fun one. I just kind of picture him being like a giant hot dog. Just,
It's resistance. You're just passing electricity through it.
yeah.
And
I
things
wonder
get
how
hot when
ohms
electricity
resistant the
passes
hot
through them.
dog is.
What's that?
I said I just wonder what the ohm rating on a hot dog is.
There's a guy on TikTok that takes toys and just runs
Runs them in the microwave?
No, he runs more current through them.
Oh,
He's got like a thing,
And
and he
they-
just runs all this current through.
yeah,
them.
and they go faster and faster and faster. Like start
Yeah,
smoking.
until they pop.
Yeah, I saw that
There's-
guy too.
I don't know what it is, but there's something really satisfying about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's another
I just
guy.
love watching it.
He puts the toys in the microwave and then turns the microwave on and sees how long Elmo goes for, and that one's also satisfying.
That sounds satisfying.
Yeah.
That does. So, how's things in the world? I mean, besides surviving a bridge collapse and going to Texas, what else is going on in the world of staff writer Bill? How's the podcast? I know you've been on hiatus, but how are the ratings and shit doing?
The hiatus has continued, unfortunately. I've been super duper busy, you know.
Yeah. But what
Yeah.
about the ratings on the episodes you got? Are they doing well?
They're pretty good. I mean, we got like 100 views on each, but you know, we
Why
got
don't you go fuck yourself, Bill? You know what I mean?
come on. You can do it too. All you got to do is insert some like keywords, you know, like business, sales, marketing, you know, and then you'll be fine.
I used keywords for this. I used Francis Scott Key, Francis Scott Key Bridge, Francis Scott Key Bridge disaster, bridge.
But Bridge Disaster Survivor.
Oh, I think I did. I think I put in Survivor in all caps.
Survivor.
Fantastic. I back up so I can wipe my nose without being noticed, and it focuses in on me.
I'm just glad that racist bridge fell. You know, it was named for a man who, you know, was probably born before slavery was abolished, so he's guilty by association. So I'm glad. It's a big win.
He likely There was actually in the next verse of the Star Spangled Banner, there's some questionable lyrics.
Nice.
He probably wasn't that nice of a guy.
And we'll fuck him in the ass.
I think we should start.
We'll
a petition.
defile their corpse.
I think we should start a petition to have the bridge named the Matty Rock Death Bridge of Nihilism
I love it.
when they rebuild it. It's only going
That's
to cost $600 million, and I think you're worth $600 million, Matt.
I think I am too. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You know what is it worth $600 million though, right?
What?
Mar-a-Lago. It's only 18.
Oh. Well, it's
I
not a
might
bridge
be worth 900 or whatever it is. The Powerball goes off tonight. 900 and some million.
Right, Pete. You're sharing.
Can you imagine, Matt, how great it would be? If
Sure,
We. See.
finally we'd have somebody to hire us to do this show as our primary job. You're muted.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I was
What? So that would mean I'd be you guys' boss? What?
Probably, yeah.
So Pete, if you win the Powerball, I want to do a bit where Matt goes out on the street dressed as Santa Claus and gives people useless presents. Like we'll just buy the most useless
Perfect.
shit, box it up, and have him just hand it out all day and film people opening up.
I'm in. I'm in.
July.
Yeah.
I want to fuck you up the ass.
hang on. Can you hear that?
Yep.
Could, and then it went away.
Oh.
What have you done?
You can stick it up your own asshole.
I would if I could. Bitch. I want to fuck you up the ass.
You can stick it up your own asshole.
I would if I could. Bitch. I want to fuck you up the ass.
It's just something about
Okay.
there's just something about the way he says that. It just tickles me. I
Okay.
want to fuck you up the ass.
All right.
That's the second verse of the Star Spangled Banner.
I see.
That's where I was going. That's where I was going with it. But timing was terrible.
Geez.
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, that's all we got lined up for this block.
Is it?
So,
All right.
isn't it?
Well, we'll have to bail out of it then. And before we do, I want to let everybody know that after the break, we talk about women. We have a woman whose dog is a vegetarian, or so she says. We have two more that carpooled with a dead friend. And all of the ones that might invest in a keepsake Trump Bible. We also find out what Big Daddy wants to access this week on Big Daddy Asks. Following that, in the C block, we finish out this week's show with Just the Tips, number 84. We continue Women's History Month by saluting a high achiever with Maddie's little talks about women. And we ask our BBC reporter, Big Daddy, about swinging with a parent, Hershey branded makeup sponges that look like butt plugs, and we see if he heard that the former Tennessee cop, Megan Hall, won her $500,000 federal case on this, the 177th try at the Media Virus Podcast. Plugs. I didn't do the plugs. Matt, you didn't do the plugs.
I'm sorry. Why don't you do them?
All right. I'll do the plugs.
All right.
Tonight's Top 3 News has been brought to you by 302-46 Voice. If you want my voice on your project, 302-46 Voice. My Sports Art Shop over there on redbubble.com and mysportsreports.com. You get good little you get art for mugs and shirts. He's got all kinds of great crafts over there. Check him out. Stepmothers Without Children podcast and the Disruptive Minds podcast, the other shows here on the network. Bill, that's you there, Disruptive Minds, sending people there every week. Whether you like it or not, you are a sponsor of the Media Virus podcast.
Making that hard-earned money.
That said, we'll be back right after this.
Somebody just threw something on my house.
Oh,
I believe that was Jesus, and it was a lightning bolt.
Anyhow, I'm going to dip because my phone is going to die. So I tried to hobble through the block.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep. See you guys later.
Take it easy, Bill.
I'm going to go for a walk downstairs and put some laundry in. I'll be back.
You can stick it up your own asshole.
I would if I could. Bitch.
Make me laugh, man. Hello, Dickie.
I'm trying to figure out why what this movie is. Because it just makes me giggle.
Do you have to go out? All right, I'll come put you out. Save. Close. And we'll open another one so that I can start it, so that I don't forget to start it when I come back. Because that just blows.
Yeah.
Check. All right, go. Back door. Back door.
All right. So apparently this movie is called Whore from 1991. Now, I remember that coming out. Nobody's here. So I'll just talk to myself. But 1991, I remember that as a kid. Oh, shit, in 1991. Let's see, I was... I don't know. Well, 96, I was 20. So in 91, I was 15. Yeah, Teresa Russell can. There we go. Oh, that's where that's from. I was. I haven't even thought about that movie in years. 38% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb. 62% like this movie of Google users. A Night in the Life of a Cynical Prostitute forms the basis of Ken Russell's portrait of the world's oldest profession. Released in 1991, directed by Ken Russell, screenplay by Ken Russell and Deborah Dalton, distributed by Trimark Pictures with a box office of $1 million. But the budget was between $2 and $4 million. Huh. So they had a chick named Elizabeth Moorhead. That's pretty funny. And, it was called War, and her name is Moorhead. It's pretty entertaining to me. All right, well, that's it's hard to talk to nobody. You know what I mean? It's hard to like be entertaining and just talk to yourself. But I'm trying to do it because I mean, eventually, I've been thinking about like shooting off on my own podcast, just doing like a quick thing, like maybe maybe 30 minutes long, you know, but I don't know what it's about. Whatever, you know. I had a couple ideas. Not real sure. But yeah. It's not like everybody's ever going to watch this. Ever. Nobody watches this. Nobody cares. And then it's not meant to be watched. It's meant to be listened to, which is weird. The whole thing's kind of weird, you know? Like we designed this thing that is designed to be an audio presentation. But because of how we record virtually. Because of how we record, we have the ability to, you know, stream video. We're going to stream video, might as well, right? So
who are we talking to?
Nobody. I'm practicing talking to nobody.
Okay.
You know, and it feels kind of dumb. It feels stupid to do. You know, but I was just explaining to nobody that nobody's going to watch this. So, you know, it's kind of like I was right.
Somebody's going to find it someday.
Well, that's the goal. You know, this isn't necessarily like, I mean, yeah, I would like it to get popular right now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I would like the people that love me to watch it now as I do it. But they might not, you know, but someday someone's going to want to listen to this for some reason. Excuse me. Maybe, you know, Isla and Matthew III.
Maybe.
It'd be nice. If they're, I can listen to Pop-Up's voice anytime I want.
I got the other dog for me. The goat's for you.
I really appreciate that. Yes. So after Isla and Matthew are over the age of 18, they can listen to my voice anytime they want. Wow, Pop-Up had a really fucked up sense of humor. By the time anybody finds this, they'll just will immediately get canceled.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're not that mainstream to begin with,
Right.
you know, and the way the way the rules are going. I mean, they might not. You know, this might all be for naught. They might take this all down.
Maybe, but I wouldn't
You
count
know?
on it.
What's that?
I wouldn't count on it. And either way, there's always a copy of it somewhere.
Is there? I mean, if there's no, you know, I don't know.
There is. Once it gets posted, it can never go away.
Well, that's
Can never completely go away.
no. Where's on? We actually have learned that over the years. Fuck's Pete?
He had to take a walk.
Well, see, I was going to do laundry. What? Wait a minute. What are you doing?
What? There's Pete. Pete's in the laundry.
Can you hear us? Because we can't hear a word you're saying. Guess not. Is he muted? No.
I don't think he's making any noises.
He's got to be making noises. That's
Yeah,
all the man does is make noises.
and that movement there, it sounded noisy, like we got banged up against something.
Right. Like he's fucking, like he's doing laundry. Doing
his
laundry
audio
makes
is not
noise.
turned on. He's muted on his side somehow.
I like how it says here to blow whale cum farts. He must have been logged in with a different, and I did that to him. That's fantastic.
You're okay. Yeah, I see you in there loading it up now.
Why are we watching this? Why am I fascinated by this? Hang on. I have an idea. There we go. So now everybody's just looking at Pete trying to figure out his phone. Like a monkey fucking a football. It's literally what it looks like. It looks like that point in the porno where the guy turns the camera around on himself.
Yeah.
Now it really does.
He just balanced it on her head.
He does. I don't know what he's saying. He's
not
getting
saying
mad though.
There.
I think he's getting mad though. How fucked up would it be if we saw somebody like creeping up behind him and he couldn't hear us?
Yeah, that'd be bad.
That would suck. No, don't go in there. Oh shit, it's like Blair Witch Project. He's dead. Oh no, there he is. He looks so disappointed with us. This is only entertaining to us. Now he's really fucking her. That's when he drops the camera. He just gives up on the porno.
Why his sound has been precluded. Either he didn't.
I don't know, but somebody's watching this, which is amazing to me. And
Yep. You know.
So he covered.
It's okay, Pete. They're gone. Oh, shit.
Oh, that's fucking great.
He doesn't want anybody to see his undies.
That's fucking fantastic. Why are we just looking at a piece of siding?
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, wow. My camera's crooked. I couldn't tell at first.
Sounds like a Guatemalan gang fight out there. Why are we going through this again?
I don't
Hey,
know.
why are we doing this again? Just come back.
He's coming. Peter Vision. I've always maintained it would be better to strap the camera to Pete from his point of view, not looking back at him.
Yeah.
I don't think that this camera angle would be great unless we actually.
Now, see, I've been to Pete's house and it's not this fucking big. He's going into other rooms.
He's doing circles.
He's in his kitchen right now.
Which indicates that he has now walked completely around the house and back. Because you know where he came out, the steps that he came up from the basement.
Yes.
And then he went through all of that ceiling that we
Right.
just
He was, and we heard something come from his studio.
Right. And now he's in the kitchen.
And now he's in the kitchen.
Which means he's been all the way through the house and back. He seems to be microwaving something.
I want to set up a contraption in Pete's house.
Okay.
I can hit a button and it smacks him.
We'd have to mount it to a vest.
We'd have to, or maybe like something to just follow. Like it would have to get up and follow him. Like right now, I wouldn't be able to smack him.
You have to
But
wait
as soon as he sat down, like maybe one of those like accordion punch. The thing you used to get firewood with.
Right.
Just, one of those accordion things, and it just kind of comes out and gives him a sock. Just. So I think I would just sit here like this.
Turn him into a speed bag. I was wrong. He's in the toaster oven, not the microwave.
All right. So you know what we're going to do while we're waiting? Because I have the feeling that he can hear. He can hear what we're saying. He's cooking something, this fuck. All right. So he can hear. So what we're going to do is we're going to start Big Daddy Asks here.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. You recording?
I am recording.
All right.
The Media Virus Podcast presents a Stanley McFadden production. Big Daddy proudly brings to you
Big Daddy Asks.
Okay, so here's one where we learn a lot about each other. Let's hear, in no particular order, your favorite porn stars. Doesn't matter the age, time frame, genre, anything. Let's talk about it.
All right. Did you hear that incompletion?
I believe so.
All right. There was no muting involved.
I don't think so. I didn't notice any, but I was kind of doing something else.
All right, because I'm wondering right now because the sound from when I play a video
Yeah.
is coming through the TV.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's going to StreamYard.
It is. We got it.
Okay. All right. So that's good. Now, see, I have a hard time with this question because there aren't a lot of I don't pay that much attention. You know what I mean? To the name of the star.
Yeah.
A lot of homemade.
Yeah, I lean homemade myself.
You know. And I feel like getting into too much detail is for me is a recipe for disaster.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Not that she would care necessarily.
No, but
you know,
it's not it's not information that everybody needs to have.
Yeah. I mean, especially since he's, kind of left himself out of the conversation, He's not here.
True.
So
true.
I'm curious to how long it's going to take Pete to fucking toast a bagel. But I'm
just a couple minutes. Just a couple minutes ago, I finally figured out how I could hear you. Like I had the Bluetooth hooked up, and I was like, maybe I shut that off. Oh yeah, there you go. I was wondering why I couldn't hear you guys. I was like,
so
what's going on?
Bluetooth to?
Huh?
What were we Bluetooth to?
I was Bluetooth to my speaker in my other room.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it was hooked up to my Amazon Music. So like you guys weren't spewing out of that.
All right. So did you hear the Big Daddy asks?
Nope.
Basically, who's your favorite porn star?
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. That's probably Kay Parker.
So of the three of us here, Pete actually had a straight answer ready to go.
Off the top of his head.
Followed by no, I'm sorry. Maybe Christy Canyon.
So you're into the vintage stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Marilyn Chambers.
Because I went and go. All right, let me let's share this tab instead, and let's really dig into this one, Pete, because I think we should.
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay, Kay Parker.
Okay.
Was born in 1944 and died in 2022.
What were some of the titles she's known for, Matt?
Well, let's see. She was in Private Teacher, Taboo 4,
Ooh.
The Younger. Let's see what this movie's called. The Younger Generation. Sweet Young Foxes, Night on the Wild Side, Firestorm, Downstairs, Upstairs, Intimate Lessons, Merchant of Venus, Desert Winds.
Huh.
So which one's your favorite, Pete?
Well, it actually is none of those because you didn't mention Taboo.
He did.
Well, she was in Taboo 4.
No, she was in Taboo 1. That's like the original Kay Parker, like that.
Well, let's go. Hang on. We'll dive into Wikipedia.
Dive into Wikipedia.
Because I was just, looking at Google. I wasn't. It's not. Let's see. All right, so Wikipedia does not have a full
Bio on her.
like a full, what do you call it? Filmography.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
Lame.
I know.
Lame. Anything else out of here? No. Okay. Got my bag.
Let me see if I just type in taboo.
There you go. Here's a solid idea.
This could go sideways real fast.
Well, she was in all right. A taboo identity, taboo 3, taboo for the younger generation.
On door.
How about right here? Kay Parker, taboo porn videos.
That is that's an actual porn link.
Yeah, be careful.
Yeah.
Don't infect your machine.
No, not this one.
Oh,
This is not.
you just passed a taboo. 1980, I think it said. Go down, go down.
Woof. All right, here we go.
Here's Wikipedia on Taboo, the film.
There
All
you
right, Kay Parker was in Taboo. So we've cleared up that mystery, guys.
As Barbara Scott. Can you make the image? Can we go in on that image or no? A story of family incest.
If charity begins at home, why not sex?
You're a fucking freak, Pete.
Correct.
All right, so we're all glad Pete doesn't have kids. What are Speaking of glad they don't have kids, I'm sure there's got to be one of the stories where these people shouldn't have children.
Right. Good. Bear with me. I just want to put us back on the screen instead of the movie poster. Yeah.
Okay.
That way, if somebody does elect to watch, they're not wondering why we're talking under that. For half of the B block, which, hey, welcome to the B block, everybody. You're getting to hear all the ugly little bits and pieces that we put together to make the B block. But yeah, like you said, there's some stuff, man, some stuff we wanted to talk about. We're going to talk about women in the B block here. And this woman has insisted that her dog is vegetarian, but has been proved wrong on live TV. The dog wolfed down meat after being presented with it on TV this morning.
Yeah, here's the.
We've got Charlie here and we've got Alex, and they've got two bowls here, right?
Oh, no.
One is full of vegetables and one is full of meat.
Oh, amen.
She's saying the dog's
Storm,
vegan.
we hate to put the temptation in front of you, but it's up to you. Right? Let her go. Let her go.
Should I let her go?
Obviously.
How long it took her to let go of that leash?
Yeah.
Right for it. Didn't even make a question. There was no question that. So, all right, let's back that up just a little bit. I want to go back there because
let's dissect this.
Let's watch this real quick.
Honed in on the meat.
Wait, I went back not far enough.
Right.
Okay.
Let her go.
He lets her go.
Boom,
Dog
boom, boom.
goes right to the meat because he can smell it.
Yeah.
All right. And it's at this point he's eating the meat. He goes, "Oh, what's this? Fuck that!" And right back to the meat.
I get enough of that.
Yeah,
elsewhere.
He put his nose over there and said, "Yep, that don't need another."
There's no way she's going to hit me in front of these fucking TV cameras. You know.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
My dog's vegan. Bullshit.
So, two women drove a dead elderly man's body to the bank so they could withdraw money.
It's like Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah, they Weekend at Bernie's him.
Did they put sunglasses on him? I hope they put sunglasses on him because
Two Ohio.
you can look into a person's face and tell
we're
they're
going to
dead.
roll through this right now.
All right.
2 Ohio women were arrested after telling police they drove a dead man's body to the bank and then left it at the hospital. Ashtabula Police Chief Robert Stell says the man was identified as 80-year-old Douglas Lehman of Ashtabula. Stell says Lehman and the two women, Laureen Farello and Karen Cashbaum, all lived together. The women told police they found Lehman dead on Monday, March 4th. They put the deceased man in a car, propped him up, and drove to the bank to withdraw money from his account. This isn't funny. I shouldn't be laughing.
But not for nothing. I think the theme of this week's show, the whole show,
okay,
is going to be what would you do? What would you do? You're living with this dude. He's probably paying for everything. She's not like they don't have anything between. They don't have a pot to piss in.
Apparently,
I'm gonna pop this story up and show you their pictures because it's fucking obvious they don't have a pot to piss in. And you're gonna get at least another month's rent out of right? What would you do?
I guess that's what they're thinking.
And like they had been to the bank with the dude a million fucking times. They had his ID.
Well,
he's dead. I mean, he's dead. Why do police care? Seriously.
After visiting,
it's a victimless crime if the guy dies before the crime. There's no victim. Am I alone here?
Yeah.
You don't want to agree with me, but it makes fucking sense.
Right.
Why do they give a shit?
After visiting the bank, the two women allegedly then dropped his body off at the Ashtabula County Medical Center without providing any information on him. Several hours later, one of the women called the hospital.
Why would they provide any information? He's fucking dead. And they need his fucking money. Why would they just no, it's going to take you a couple minutes to figure out who the fuck he is. Sorry. What would you do? Seriously.
Several hours later, one of the women called the hospital and gave them Lehman's information. Officers then responded to
I dropped a dead guy off there a couple hours ago. And you know what? It dawned on me that you might not know who he is. So his name is Eddie, and we like him, but please don't report him dead till tomorrow till the check's clear.
So officers went out and interviewed the two of them. After hearing the story, officers charged the two women with theft and gross abuse of a corpse. Chief Stell said other charges are under review.
Wow.
What was the abuse of a corpse?
That's when you take a corpse and stuff it in the car and take it for a ride.
They took it to the bank.
Yeah.
And then the hospital.
My understanding is
they took him to the hospital.
They frown. Yeah, they frown upon that.
I read another version.
Are these two?
Let
me ask you this question: Are these two women qualified to pronounce a human being dead?
Probably not.
No, they are not. So they're not qualified.
Neither one of them has a medical license.
Either one of them has a medical degree to pronounce a human being dead.
I saw.
What?
I saw other coverage of this story. And they apparently, when I say they Weekend at Bernie's him, they puppeted him when they were at the bank.
Well, yeah, you got to make it look real.
Yeah.
Like, did they use the ATM or were they at the?
No, like they were in the drive up.
No,
okay. They did. Yeah, they went.
They weren't doing it. They probably didn't know his PIN number.
They were like making him move and gesture to the people inside.
Yeah, they totally Weekend at Bernie's him. That's fucking cool.
Okay. But let me get back to my point. Okay. Because the point is they have no degree. They cannot pronounce this human being dead. You can assume he's dead. You can make assumptions. But until
they can claim they didn't know exactly.
They don't have just like you said, an EMT, is going to cannot pronounce a person dead, or there's only a certain amount of you got to have the the right stuff.
You have to be qualified.
You have to be qualified, right? They're not qualified. So they might think he was just sick. They were taking him for medical care. Medical care is expensive, which is why they took him
to the bank.
To the bank. Exactly. Now, so if you think about it, they've saved him money by not calling an ambulance. Right? Why call an ambulance? He's probably fucking dead. There's no reason to call an ambulance.
Right.
Right? But if he's not dead, he's gonna fucking need money.
Okay.
In the hospital. I don't understand what the problem is. I really don't. I don't know why the cops even give a shit.
I mean,
they should be out chasing real criminals.
They should be.
I suppose there's a case to be made for that.
He didn't have injuries that are not, not congruent with life. Injuries that are not.
Injuries inconsistent with life.
He didn't have injuries inconsistent with life.
Correct.
Right? So, again, there's no way to know. They don't know that he's dead. They just think he might be unconscious, not breathing.
Okay.
No pulse. That's an emergency situation. You've got to get that person to the hospital. Now, they load him into the car in the same amount of time that they would have waited for an ambulance. They not only saved money on the ambulance, but with that time, were able to stop at the bank.
That's right.
Wait for the footage of them going through like the Dunkin' Donuts drive-through. That's then like we can start to point fingers.
So
your theory here, Pete, is that they had so much fun manipulating this corpse at the bank that they went to Dunkin' Donuts to see if they could pull it off too.
Absolutely.
If that happened, Pete, I will re-examine my opinion. On this case.
Hey, maybe they figured, you know what? Since he was so nice, let's take him to the strip club.
Yeah, one last hurrah.
That
might have been they were just trying to wake him up. If they were taking him to the strip club, or even Dunkin' Donuts if they got him a coffee.
Right.
I should be these bitches' lawyer.
I mean, dude, you gotta know. Like they knew he was dead. They admit that they knew he was dead.
What they did or did not know does not matter. The point is they are not qualified to pronounce him dead.
What state is it that you don't even have to have a law license to practice law?
Washington.
Were we talking about that last week? I think.
Yeah.
It's not that you don't have to be licensed. You don't have to take the bar exam. You can apprentice and then get your license that way.
Okay. All right.
So I mean, listen. If I'm wrong, give me a call. 646-virus01. Let me know how I'm missing the boat. How there's a victim A in this crime. I don't see it.
If he has an heir, in theory, there's a victim.
If he had an heir, that heir should have been taking better care of him than making him live with two women. They could have both been. Let me tell you something. Those women worked night and day for his caretaking needs, and they depended on him for their income. Now, if you're going to deprive two healthcare workers of their salary,
that's pronounced succubus.
If these two healthcare workers were rushing this man to the hospital, knew he was going to need funds because he didn't have insurance, and stopped at the bank. It's that simple.
You think it's that simple?
I should take the stance of just defending people, defending everybody. All this woman did, these women these saints, these matriarchs, they nursed him in his final years.
Maddie, I see you in
dependent.
like a maroon red suit. The two Utes.
The two bitches in question. They took real good care of the guy. You know what I mean? They jerked him off. They fingered his asshole. They did all that stuff. And in return, they paid him. He paid them under the table. They needed their money. You know, if anything, this is a clear-cut case of slander. And
can we do a reboot of Cousin Vinny and call it Cousin Maddie?
All right, we've beaten that to death.
To death.
Much like that dude at the bank.
You.
Well, wait a minute. We don't know that it's dead. We need somebody with a license.
We need a qualified professional to pronounce this segment dead.
Yeah. Do we have any?
Well, I'm an ordained minister. I could give it
I don't think that counts, to be honest with you. I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
Has the spirit left this joke?
Yes, it has.
Yes, it has.
So, ladies and gentlemen, turn to page 356 of your companion read along, and you'll see where you can order a Bible. What's the word I'm looking for? Souvenir Bible.
That's right. Do you have a copy, or was I supposed to do that?
No, I've got it here in front. I'm actually just trying to situate my screen so I can see what's going on. Former President Donald Trump is now selling Bibles as he runs to return to the White House. Trump, who became the presumptive Republican nominee earlier this month, released a video on his Truth Social platform on Tuesday, urging his supporters to buy the God Bless the USA Bible, which is inspired by country singer Lee Greenwood's patriotic ballad. Trump takes the stage to the song at each of his rallies and has appeared with Greenwood at events. Happy Holy Week. Let's make America pray again. As we lead into Good Friday and Easter, I encourage you to get a copy of God Bless the USA Bible, Trump wrote, directing his supporters to a website selling the book for $59.99. The effort comes as Trump has faced a serious money crunch amid mounting legal bills, while he fights 4 criminal indictments along with a series of civil charges. Trump was given a reprieve Monday when a New York appeals court agreed to hold off on collecting more than $454 million that he owes following a civil fraud judgment if he puts up $175 million within 10 days. Trump has already posted $92 million in bond in connection with defamation cases brought by the writer E. Jean Carroll, who accused Trump of sexual assault. All Americans need a Bible in their home, and I have many. It's my favorite book, Trump said in the video posted on Truth Social. I'm proud to endorse and encourage you to get this Bible. We must make America pray again. Billing itself as the only Bible endorsed by President Trump.
That's right. The only Bible endorsed by President Trump. There isn't another one out there. You've heard of the NIV version.
Gideon's Bible.
You've heard of Gideon's Bible. You've heard of the King James Version.
You've even heard of the Redline Bibles.
Now you can have a Trump Bible.
Cool. I can prop the other leg of my table up with it.
The New Ventures website calls it easy to read with large print and a slim design that invites you to explore God's Word anywhere, anytime. Besides a King James Version translation, it includes copies of the U.S. Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and the Declaration of Independence, and the Pledge of Allegiance, as well as a handwritten chorus of the famous Greenwood song.
And you know what? I think a lot of people might feel like they don't want to order, buy a Bible from a dude who's on trial for sexual assault. And I get that.
People are thinking that?
Well, I think some people are thinking that, but the first thing I want to really point out is this is E. Jean Carroll. Hang on. That's her.
Who's that?
That is the woman that Trump that claims Trump sexually assaulted her.
Okay.
Now, all right. I'm just putting that out. I'm just putting it out here. Okay. I'm just saying that all right, never mind.
Okay.
Oh no, here it is. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
All right. That's the woman Trump's married to.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Hang on. All right. That's the woman. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Here we go. Okay. And then this. Right. Hang on. There you go. All right. So I'm not saying anything at all. All right. Let's just put it out there right now. I'm not saying anything. I just wanted to point that out. But if if you feel like you can't, order this Bible because you don't want people to know, right? But you want it. You want this Bible. So we've come up with a system.
We can help you.
We can.
You can place an order with us.
That's right.
For, let's say, services rendered.
Right. So for $79.99, you get your own Trump Bible.
That's right.
God bless the USA Bible. Okay. It comes signed. That's what you're paying the extra $20 for. It's a signed copy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yep. And
Professor Mike Latoris.
Yeah, well,
Reese
one of
Monkey
us.
Pete.
It's one of us. I wasn't gonna say.
And Maddie Rockdeff.
I wasn't gonna say that, but it's gonna be one of our signatures. We'll sign it for you, and then you get a signed Bible, a signed Trump Bible, signed by Maddie Rockdeff. $79.99.
And we won't tell anybody you bought it.
No, it'll come in a plain brown package. Won't say anything at all. Just your address. And then you'll get it in the mail. You're like, oh wow, that's my Trump Bible. Signed by Maddie Rockdeff.
And for $99.95,
uh-oh,
you can get it without our signatures.
That's true.
If you would like an unautographed copy, you can get that for $99.99.
So to place your order, just call 646-VIRUS-01. That's 646-VIRUS-01. Give us your name, address, phone number, date of birth, mother's maiden name, the name of your first pet, the street you grew up on, your credit card number, the PIN, the expiration date, and that little 3-digit number on the back. Tell us that you want the Trump Bible. Tell us how many you want, signed or unsigned, and we will make sure that we get that to you as soon as possible.
We get paid.
Yeah, as soon as we get paid. Because we got to order it. And it comes to our house, then we got to send it to you. We might be losing money here. I don't know how much shipping costs. We can probably figure out a way to make it ship right to them. and then we'll have them. We'll
Yeah, we'll
come
drop
out to their house and sign it.
Yeah, they can. We'll set up an appointment.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, Pete. How many Trump Bibles do you have?
I have none.
Did you get those Trump sneakers in yet? I know you.
Nah, still waiting on those.
Still waiting on your Trump sneakers?
Yeah.
Are they the ones that have the really long red laces that flop all over the place while you're trying to walk?
Yes. No. Or no. I thought it was the tongue. It was orange and very very pronounced and just flaps all over the place.
All right. So yeah, I went and changed Pete's headline to say, "Where's Trump sneakers?" And wow, we blew through the B block, guys.
We did, but there's going to be a C block. We're going to finish out this week's show with Just the Tips, number 84. We're going to continue Women's History Month by saluting another high achiever, and we're going to ask our BBC reporter, Big Daddy, about swinging with a parent, Hershey branded makeup sponges that look like butt plugs, and we're going to see if he.
I feel the need to interject. I don't like interjecting when you're doing promo for the next block. And I'm sorry.
I'm glad, because I don't like it when you do that.
No, I don't like doing it, but I want to say that we're going to talk to Stanley about swinging with a parent, because there's something in the news about that, not because we think he does.
Oh yeah, good
it's just
point.
the way it was coming off your tongue. You know what I mean? Was just a little like, hey, that sounds like he's got a story to tell. And I mean, he might, I don't know, but I don't want to be the one accusing him of that.
Okay.
I just want to clear that up. It hit my ears wrong the first time.
Okay.
And then when I heard it this time, I was like, you know what? I really feel like I need to say something.
Okay.
All right. I'm done.
We're also going to see if he heard anything about that former Tennessee cop, Megan Hall, winning $500,000 restitution in a federal case against her former employer that let her go for banging everybody who was there. All this we're going to do as we finish up the 177th episode of the Media Virus Podcast. And I guess with that, you want like to go away, right? You're talking like time to end it. Is it time to end it?
I think so. Yes.
All right.
I wish I could hear the bumpers.
Wish you could hear the bumpers through the headphones.
That was during the Zoom days.
Yeah.
When we did the show on Zoom, and there was a lot of connection issues.
A lot more than we ended up figuring out how to get rid of here.
I was editing Stepmoms.
Right.
And it was the one with her cousin. I don't know if it's been posted yet.
I don't think so.
But it's coming soon.
Right.
The conversation between the two of them like really made my blood boil a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah. Like really got under my skin. And, they're saying something about how they're getting tutoring for the one kid in history and something else. And then she goes like, history is like, it's not an important class. And I fucking sent her a text message and I was like, those who do not learn the mistakes in history are doomed to repeat them.
Yes.
And then it was funny because somebody else said that to her too when we brought it up. But then they were talking about like when they ask you know, when a woman asks you to do something, whether it's a child or a husband or whatever,
Right.
you know, her cousin, it feels like it should be done right away.
Yes. There's an
At the time.
there's an immediacy expected.
There's an immediacy expected. And my wife was talking about me, and she said, if I tell my husband to do something, he'll do it when he fucking feels like it. And she goes, oh my God, I would hate that. I couldn't. And I sent her, I'm waiting for it to go up because I sent myself a text message of exactly what I want my comment to say. And it was, whenever you give instructions to a sentient, autonomous human soul, it is processed as a request and prioritized. Please understand that as humans, we are all endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, such as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Demanding that your request to be completed upon delivery is an infringement of my liberty. In conclusion, those making the request should be appreciative that it was completed and not that their tea was dumped into the fucking harbor instead of getting angry at the timeline. Like, don't fuck with me. I get spiteful. And that's, dude, that irritates, dude, when anybody tells me to do something, unless like we're working together, we're doing a job, you tell me to do something, I got to go do it. I know that.
Right.
But if I'm watching TV and you want me to take the trash out, okay.
Yeah.
When this is over, you know what I mean? When this is over, I'll do that. Or I won't, and then I'll wait till the next show is over. Or it's going to wait till I go to bed. Or it'll wait till the next morning. I don't fucking know. I'll get it done.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah.
I'll get it.
And my beautiful wife has figured this out, that I'll do whatever she wants me to do, you know. And if I legitimately forget, I feel bad about it.
Yeah.
And then I'll do it. And then I'll do it immediately.
I have the same affliction, but my wife, she just gets tired of waiting and will stand up and do it herself. And that pisses me off even more.
Yeah, because I said I'd fucking do it.
Right. The fuck did you ask me for?
But my wife is fantastic when it comes to that type of thing. Like, she understands me. She understands, you know, my ex-wife, however.
Not so much.
Dude used to irritate the fucking shit out of me. She used to, you know, hey, can you go, and she would phrase it like this: can you go change the laundry while I clean the bathroom? And then I'll go clean the laundry. And then I'll be like, hey, can you go clean the bathroom while I, you know, pick up Ryan's toys? Yeah. All right. Hey, can you pick up Ryan's toys while I cook dinner? What the fuck? You're giving me this while, and that's what gives me the time frame that we're doing this together. Meanwhile, right, you've done nothing, and she does shit, but she doesn't like it. You know,
sounds like she's an effective delegator.
She was, but it's funny because I could see how things, like, you know, my son reacts to these things, because, you know, I'll just have bursts of energy throughout the day.
Right.
And I'll have him help me because it you know, it hurts for me to do laundry. So laundry's a big thing I have him help me with. So I'll be like, hey man, can you, you know, do this, do that? And we're doing stuff. And he's like, hey, how much more things we got to do? And I'm like, what do you mean, bud? He's like, well, how many more things we got to do? And I'm like, I don't know. We're just doing stuff. He's like, yeah, but how many stuffs are we doing? Well,
like,
I don't know. I don't know how many stuffs.
Look,
right,
old man, you're not fucking me with this again.
Right. So then with him,
he's on to you.
I'll make the deal. No, it's not me. I'll make the deal with him. I'll say, listen, I need you to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then you can take a break, and then I'm going to think of what else we're going to do. And he's like, oh, okay. But just as long as you tell him.
Right.
But he just knows that, like, mom's fucking chores never end. They never stop. So you have to ask, when's this going to stop? But are we recording the C block yet?
Yeah. We're that's probably going to be part of a cold open on C block.
Oh, I was just killing time till Big Daddy showed up. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. Spreading equality like booty cheeks.
That's how it needs to be spread. That's what it needs to happen. All right. Well, it is C block, and how we start every C block is it's just the tips.
Just the tips with Stanley McFadden.
Holy shit. What the fuck, yo? You ain't gonna say thank you? Fuck you. What you talking about? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the Media Virus Podcast. It is I, the one and only Big Daddy Professor of Ecology from the U of V, bringing at you another episode of Just the Tips. Tonight's episode is episode number 84. Tonight, talking about chivalry. See, I like to consider myself an old-fashioned type of guy. I like to do things that are considerate for other people in general, women in specific. Even though I fucking hate people, not the point. Ladies, in this day and age, you have made it considerably more difficult to want to be chivalrous and to display chivalry. In this day and age of the independent woman, and I could do it myself, and I can get my own money. I don't need nobody to pay my bills, and that's fine. If you want to be a boss lady, an independent woman, and do these things for yourself, that's fantastic. I applaud your efforts to be the best version of you, to go and get the things that you need out of this world to be happy. I have no problem with that. Go get your thing, get your life together, and do you, boo-boo.
Yo.
That's cool. What I do have a problem with is the expectation that you can do both, be a boss lady and yet expect to not be a boss lady at all times. See, if you want to be a boss bitch, then that means being independent and being the boss bitch at all times. See, if I hold a door open for you, then I expect you to say thank you, because that's human decency. That is reciprocal kindness. It doesn't take much effort to say thank you. It takes a lot more effort to hold a door open for someone than it does for them to say thank you. So when you hold a door open for a woman who doesn't say anything, doesn't even say thank you, as if she simply expects for you to do it because she's a lady, because she has a vagina, it means I'm supposed to hold the door open. No, sweetie, I'm not supposed to do a goddamn thing. It's nice if I do this. It's considerate, it is sweet, it is kind, it is chivalrous, but it is not an obligation. But you know that woman would be mad as shit if that dude let that door swing and hit her in the nose, right? But this is equality. Equality demands that you do the damn thing yourself. If a dude holds open a door for me, I'm going to tell him, thanks, yo. I appreciate it. Doesn't matter who's on the other side of the door. Being nice and being kind is the key here. But some of you bitches think that you are entitled to chivalrous and treatment that you haven't earned, that you don't deserve. I remember I was a teenager, probably 19 years old, and I was holding open the door for a woman behind me. And this bitch kicked the door out of my hand. Now, I should have turned around and slapped the shit out of her, because that shit wasn't necessary. But I learned a very important lesson that day. I learned that some heifers are not worth the trouble of kindness. Some women, some people are simply not worth the time, the actions of chivalry. So the lesson here is, ladies, if you want to receive chivalry, if you want to receive chivalrous actions, then be the type of person to show, display, to give gratitude and thanks when said actions are performed to and for you. Someone holds a door open for you, whether it is a male or a female, you say thank you. You keep your mouth shut like an entitled bitch, and the world's opportunities are going to stop coming at you. Or don't be surprised when someone gets pissed off and brings that karma right back around. So let's normalize it on both sides then, shall we? Ladies, if you want to normalize men holding open doors for you, then you need to normalize saying thank you when that shit happens. If you truly want equality, then you have to get it from both sides. No one gives a fuck what us as men think, what we suffer through, what we go through on a day-to-day basis. Ladies, if you want equality, then that's part of the life that you are demanding, that no one gives a fuck about the things that you go through, and that you don't deserve to have a door held open for you. It's not something you deserve. It's just not. Not if you want equality. Ball's in your court. What you gonna do with it? Something to think about. Men, don't be chivalrous to women that don't deserve it. Ladies, if you want equality, don't be upset when we treat you like equals. That's it. Till next time, Media Virus Podcast, Big Daddy. Happy fucking.
You gotta say that I like the trailer music to both of your segments. One's the upbeat, and the other's just slower. It's the same one, just you speed up one.
Oh yeah.
No, I like it. It's good, but I want to build upon. It's because it's holding a door for somebody is not chivalry. It's basic human. It's basic human courtesy. It's
basic human courtesy.
There's a human being behind you. Okay, right behind you, and even if it's just if you're just walking out and you're just you just stiff arm the door real quick as you walk. Right, that doesn't require a thank you. But it's basic human. It doesn't require. I don't think it does. I've had people thank me for that, but it doesn't require a thank you. When I stop and open a door and I put myself to the side because I have somebody behind me and I'm walking into an open door, then I kind of expect a thank you. But also for me, it's an easier navigation because I feel like a dickhead walking in, tossing, like throwing the door. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like an asshole. So I'm big, so I just get out of the way. Like my whole life is just get out of the way. You know what I mean? But when I want to build upon, like, as if you're exiting a building, it should be common courtesy to, if you have somebody, especially if you have people behind you, first of all, pay attention to life, you fucking idiot. There might be a person behind you. You know what I mean? And I just want to put that out there as just a blanket statement to everybody. Pay fucking attention to your fucking surroundings.
There could be somebody there.
There could be somebody there. Or you could be in somebody's way. Or you could have a cart full of shit in a 12 items or less line. Or, there's so many variables. You got to fucking pay attention. So that's the first thing. It's a blanket statement. Just pay attention. And other human beings deserve basic courtesy. So if you're walking through a door, and where I'm coming from, dude, I saw this kid, and it was a bitch like that one in the video, thin little fucking thing. She opened this fucking door just enough for her to slip out sideways. There's a line of people behind her.
Right.
But she opened the door just enough so she could slip out sideways.
That's fucked up.
And I'm like, that took more effort than to just go through the door. And it boggles the mind that people are, and
people will use more effort to be
dickheads. Right.
When it would be so much less to just do the nice.
It's just so much easier just to have a little bit of politeness, just a little bit. Oh, yeah. And I know this sounds weird coming from me, but out in the world, I'm polite. Hello, thank you. That's how you doing today? All that shit. I thank my server a million fucking times.
It's how we were raised. This is the other side of how Gen X was raised. We were raised with manners. Please and thank you. Please and thank you and fuck you.
Respect for our elders.
Right, because that's the thing. We start out with please and thank you. But we'll go to fuck you real quick.
Exactly.
We'll go to the no, fuck this real fast. But our stasis is please and thank you.
Yeah.
And if you're please and thank you, then that's stasis. Everything's cool. And you know what? And sometimes if people are a little rude to me, I don't, whatever.
Yeah,
you got their own thing going on. I try not to take too much shit personally. You know what I mean?
I like to remind people.
I have to interject here.
Yep.
You said you had to interject here?
I have to interject here. The other night I wouldn't say I was visually assaulted. Whatever you want to call it. I was in the car. Had a gentleman. We were going to the airport.
Did he eye rape you?
No. And it didn't hit me till a little later, like what had actually happened. Like I, pulled up to a traffic light. I was making a left turn, and gentleman pulls up next to me, and look over, and he looks at me, and I think, he looks like he wants to ask me a question. So I go to roll the window down, and then I get, 2 of these, and I was like, what? What is that?
He just flashed you 2 birds like that.
I was like, I'm thinking like, I didn't cut you off. I didn't hog the lane. I didn't stop short or anything in the last few minutes. I'm like, what? Where did this guy come from?
Maybe he just figured you needed it, man. You needed to smile.
No, it hit me like not even till like really till today.
When you looked in the mirror and said, "Oh, okay."
Asshole. No, it hit me
have
today.
You ever seen
what was on the side of the car? What was on the side of the vehicle? It said airport taxi or airport shuttle. I was like, he saw the lift stickers and everything and was like, fuck that guy. It didn't hit me till like this morning. Like I was like, oh, that's why he flipped me the double.
Those
bird.
guys hate you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they don't like us.
No, they don't like us.
Oh, that's fantastic. I was just like, yeah, that's the reaction I have when I see you too. So Big Daddy.
For that, thank you, guy who gave me 2 birds because my passenger tipped me $15.
There you go.
So have a nice day.
But next time you make a video and you wear that black turtleneck. It was like a black whatever you were wearing looked like a black turtleneck.
Just a t-shirt. Oh no, my beard's big.
Okay. Wear the black t-shirt. Find a black background. Get a black sheet and just hang it up. Because it would literally just be a floating fucking head in just like nothing but black.
Head.
Like I was watching you, and the tan behind you, I'm like, dude, if that was black, this would look so fucking cool.
The disembodied head.
Just a disembodied head. It would be fucking fantastic.
I'll see what I can do.
And have that light in your face, dude. It was great. Like I was like, if that was black, this would have been fucking fantastic. It would have been great. Because the black surrounds you because you're doing it in a portrait. Or portrait, but it's showing landscape. It's black all around you. You got the black shirt on. If you had just be this disembodied head in the middle of the screen, it would be fucking great.
Yeah, anyway. see if I can hook that up for you.
And production notes here on the Media Virus podcast.
Speaking of getting hooked up.
Oh shit.
There's this there's the story one of the stories we decided in the meeting that had to come to the C block because we just needed a Big Daddy kind of opinion.
I want Big Daddy to understand because he's not going to be with us next week. He's got other commitments next week. But I want Big Daddy to understand something. That when we go over every Wednesday morning around 11-ish, we have a meeting, me and Mike, and we decide what we're going to talk about. Well, what goes where, what gets left for, another time, what gets cut from the floor, all that. And we've come to the point where it's like, okay, we need Big Daddy on this story. Like we can't do this. I want to talk about this story in A block. We have to hold it for an hour and a half, to get your take on it. Because it's, this one, especially
you are fundamentally important to the story.
I see.
I can't find it right now.
The story?
What colors?
C block are the orange ones.
C block is orange.
Woman admits to sharing husband with her mom and sister to keep him happy.
Wow.
So there's a lot of video here. Now, as we were, how we do Big Daddy, we like to tease, the topics that are coming up. And, Mike had said at one point that it's like, we're going to talk to Big Daddy about, swinging with family. And I did interject and I said, I want to make it very clear that we're not saying he has a story about swinging with family. I'm saying that in the news is a story about swinging with family. Now,
and we'd like to talk with him about it.
Right. Now, the thing is if you do have a story about swinging with family, obviously we want to hear it.
I have an almost story about swinging with family.
Oh, well, thank you so much. An almost story about swinging with family.
Yeah, there was an invitation that I turned down.
There was an invitation to swing with family.
Ew.
And you turned it down.
Yep.
All right. I don't know why this makes a difference, but mom's side of the family or dad's side of the family?
Mom's side of the family.
I feel like that's a little better. I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know where that comes from, but
that makes no sense at all.
Yeah, this girl and her dad wanted to swing. And I was like, not again.
Now, in order to swing, now there was a family member who was married to somebody who wanted to swing with you and your significant other and swap familial partners?
Oh, no. So
oh, fuck.
The girl that I was dating, she was probably she was in her 40s, and her mom was I don't know, old as fuck, somewhere in that age.
Okay, so this wasn't your family.
No. It wasn't my family. It was my girlfriend's.
Your girlfriend wanted to swing with her mom?
My girlfriend's mother told me as she was caressing my inner upper thigh that older women make better lovers. She said, older women make better lovers.
Oh yeah, and then
So
gravelly
hang
cigarette voice.
on. So you were propositioned by your ex-girlfriend's mother.
Yep.
But it wasn't like, hey, can I join you and Miss Junior?
This was in front of the girlfriend.
Oh wow.
I mean, she was sitting next to me in the bed. So her and I were in bed.
You were in bed.
We're in bed.
Pre-coitus or post?
Both. So she was naked. I have on shirt and shorts. And mom comes in to talk. And so she sits on the bed to talk. And she's talking and she's looking at me. And then she does the thigh caress thing. And my girlfriend's like, Mom, can you not? She's like, what? You know he's handsome. I know he's handsome. Come on, I'll take my teeth out. Yep.
So, but you declined.
I declined. One, it's old as fuck. Old as fuck. Two, I know that even though she had false teeth, she had not had a man in at least 50 some odd years. So I know whatever BJ skills may or may not have been present were going to be minimal at best. And three, she was a breast cancer survivor, so she had no titties. I need some titties.
Right, well,
I mean, if you're going to be old, you should at least have some titties. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least I need a titty fuck.
I got you. So this woman.
You want to know how I keep my man happy?
This
I
woman
let him play with
openly
my mom.
shares
Yeah,
her
I'm that
husband
kind of wife.
with her mother.
You want to know how I keep
And
my
that's
man
most
happy?
of, I guess, most of her content
I let him play with my mom.
is
Yeah,
this.
I'm that
You know
kind
how
of
I
wife.
keep my man happy? I
You
let
wanna
him
know
play with
how
my
I make
mom.
my man happy?
Now, in the story,
I let
it
him play with my
says
mom.
that he can fuck her sister
Yeah,
too.
I'm that kind of wife.
But and I mean, the mom's hotter than the daughter, honestly. You know,
What about my mom?
I don't know about that. They're both.
I'm not talking to girls. I'm just commenting upon. I'm commenting upon the physical attributes. I'm objectifying these women. Is all I'm doing.
That's all you're doing.
I am a journalist.
You're a professional objectifier, sir, ma'am.
Oh, she's warming up dinner.
I don't. Now that's the mom.
Yeah,
that's mom.
Yeah. I mean, there's only about. 15,
oh wait, who's the red?
There's only about 15 years between them.
Oh my gosh.
See, that one had wet lipstick. Yeah. So
I mean, that's pretty good.
It's it's a lifestyle.
See, because here's the thing with this: the daughter still has her period, right? Mom is probably already finished. She's already gone through the change, and you can just hit that whenever you want to. So that's not bad. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's a whole lot of things, that like you might. Let's see what this is.
I bet I'm not in the mood. I can just let my husband have her. Yeah.
Just give us the sign
I'm
when
not
Erica
gonna
leaves
wait.
the room, Maddie.
I bet the sex is a lot better with mom than it is with the daughter.
With her sister and her mother.
Oh, I would imagine the sex is better with the mom and the daughter.
Is this real? She's garnered millions of views on the platform after revealing this information, and
There's
apparently
even
our
a
world
video
is
where
going
she
to
shows
hell.
her husband leaving
Follow
for
for
work and says
more.
bye to her by kissing her. She then looks at him with a serious dead ass face and says, "What about my mom?" To which he steps back, smacks her butt, her mom's butt, and kisses her twice. She then ends the
I was
video
saying,
once more saying, "Yeah, I'm that kind of wife." Like she's willing to let her mom and her boyfriend fuck for clout. That's all. It's internet clout. That's the only fucking reason for this. There's no other reason.
Or maybe
Or maybe we should
daughter.
investigate the mom for molestation charges. I don't know.
I'm thinking the girl can't fuck and the mom can.
Well, don't you think there would be some kind of like sharing of information? You know, because if the mom can fuck and the daughter can't, like somebody's gonna tell the daughters like, hey, you know what, you should try at least him.
I mean, they can follow the Just the Tips for tips and tricks and ideas on how to.
We should reach out to them and let them know about all of your Just the Tips.
But here's the thing: you still need to be willing to do all those things. The daughter may know how to do this and how to do that, but if she's not actually willing to do it, which she says, when I'm not in the mood, he can just have my mom. So that tells me that there are times where she just straight up doesn't want to put in the effort. Mom, on the other hand, understands that whether or not you are in the mood, you need to give up them jowls.
Well,
yeah, I don't.
I'm guessing mom's probably happy that he's slinging some her way. So,
yep.
But how? I mean, you know, mom runs that situation.
Oh yeah.
You know, I don't.
You got that crazy. You got that crazy thumbs up thing popping up over you again.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
it looks like they're living in mom's house.
Well, yeah, they're living in mom's house.
So you know what? Free rent. Just sling that dick.
Free rent and two pussies.
That's why they got that column in the newspaper, guys.
Yeah, that's why they got. That's why there's a news story about them, right? But I don't know if you guys can hear my wife's commentary. So if you can't, I'll tell her to speak up.
I cannot.
Y'all gross.
It's
Other important stories you guys could be talking about on your show.
There's other not that important stories, but not nearly as funny as this. Speaking of other non-important stories
that are really funny,
that are kind of funny,
Costco fans are so confused by a new Hershey item that looks like not safe for work object.
Yeah, did you hear about these Hershey beauty sponges at Costco?
No.
Go ahead, Mike.
So you're familiar with a beauty sponge? Women use them to put. People who wear cream makeups use them to put cream makeups and blend powders and things.
Yeah, what's
it? It's a blending sponge.
Like a blending sponge is the
right.
Yeah, but there's like more than there's like a dozen of them.
Yeah, there's a dozen. There's a dozen beauty sponges on the package that they're selling these at Costco now. And they're.
Now, I have my wife was kind enough. My wife was kind enough to hand me. I'm going to highlight me.
Are hers butt plug shaped too?
Well, it's not a butt plug shape, but it could.
I mean,
it could fit in the anus quite easily. But
that's a butt plug.
Anything it can be a butt plug. You just have to.
It's not a. It's not all right. So it's not a butt plug. It is just.
And it gets bigger and softer.
Yeah. So when you put it in your
like
butt,
a penis,
and it gets bigger and softer. But this is a normal beauty blender. Okay. Now they got some of them look like Hershey Kisses,
which is, I assume, how they got Hershey on board.
I don't know, but what's Hershey? What does Hershey have to do with?
Just trying to make it sour.
Absolutely nothing. It was an excuse to use the name. Shape a couple of them like Hershey Kisses, and off you go. Right, we're off to the race.
Two of them look like two of them look like a butt plug.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, two of them look like peanuts for some reason.
This looks like a Five Below. It looks like a Five Below special.
It does, but we're talking Costco here.
It will be. It's still a Costco, but once Costco can't get rid of them.
Yeah, then it'll go to Five Below. But and then the other two look like Hershey Kisses. And then two of them just look like poop.
I don't understand how this got past somebody.
Yeah, well, it definitely got, and it's getting past everybody because nobody gets it. And they were keeping it like it was with the food.
It's not even food.
It was like with candy and shit.
It's not even food.
Can you imagine some idiot buying that and feeding it to their kid?
Unfortunately, yes, I can.
See, that's the I don't know how eating these is gonna make me beautiful, but it's a beauty sponge.
They taste really bad.
They taste bad. They might gonna make you beautiful. They taste like fucking rubber. This tastes like a dildo been up someone's ass.
I bet they work though. You got to suffer for what you want.
Jesus.
What are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm clicking stuff. I'm pulling up the next story.
All right. Because I just lost my video. I got to go deal with something.
All right. Well, while he's dealing with that, Big Daddy, did you hear that remember that Tennessee cop that got fired for fucking all those dudes?
I remember. She was part of the I can take on the whole squad starter pack.
Yeah. Well, she sued the shit out of Tennessee.
See, this is the problem I have with this story. So this bitch gets a train run on her voluntarily by all the officers, and then when the story gets out, she claims to be the victim.
Well, she didn't sue them for sex or anything. She sued them for firing her.
I mean, she probably could, if she did a better job, she could have gotten a promotion out of it.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but I mean, she doesn't have to. $500K it's a pretty nice payout.
And you already know she's going to get hired at any other precinct.
Anybody. Oh shit. Now that is. You guys see that? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow, she stayed on a good long fucking time. Oh, they're running.
She's got good hip control.
Motion. Oh yeah.
She's got good hip control.
She didn't get thrown. She came. It was done.
She slid off of that thing.
Yeah, she did. It was a big. That saddle was wet as shit. All right. Stop sharing that. Oh, and that brings us to our highlight on women's history.
Yes, it does.
And making history. History.
Nice
today.
segue. Nice segue.
Clara Morova is a name intertwined with one of the most disturbing cases of child abuse and torture in recent memory. Born in the Czech Republic in 1975, Morova's life took a dark turn as she became embroiled in a series of events that shocked the world. The story revolved around the abuse inflicted upon two young boys, Andrej and Jacob, who were subject to unimaginable torment at the hands of Morova and others. The details that emerged during the trial were harrowing and painted a picture of depravity that horrified even the most seasoned investigators. Borova's involvement in the case was significant. She was not only a participant, but also a facilitator of the abuse, along with her sister, Barbara Skrilova, Mauruva played a central role in orchestrating the torture inflicted upon the helpless children. The abuse took various forms, including starvation, physical violence, and psychological manipulation. What made this case even more shocking was discovery of, well, a makeshift torture chamber in the basement of the family home. The dungeon-like space was where the children were kept alive and subjected to unspeakable acts of cruelty. It was a scene straight out of a nightmare, a place where innocence was systematically destroyed. The motives behind such abhorrent behavior remains murky. Some speculate that Murova and her accomplices were driven by a twisted sense of power and a control deriving pleasure from the suffering of their victims. Others point to deeper psychological issues. All right. I'm breaking from the script real quick. I just want to, if you derive pleasure, power, and control from the suffering of others,
right?
That is a sign of very, very deep psychological issues.
Usually.
It's also a kink.
So we, but we don't have to. Others point to deeper if there's deeper psychological issues than that, we don't have to find them.
I mean, sometimes I like my balls stepped on, so these two bitches would be perfect for that.
Well, the trial that followed was a spectacle that captivated the public's attention as details of the abuse emerged. There was an outpouring of shock and disbelief. How could such cruelty exist in the world, and how could it go unnoticed for so long?
I mean, if you step on my balls with the stilettos, I'll outpour too.
There were questions that haunted the collective consciousness. In the end, Marova was convicted of her crimes and sentenced to life in prison. It was a small measure of justice for the victims, but it could never really erase the trauma they endured. The case served as a stark reminder. Everything serves as a stark reminder.
I know.
The case serves as a stark reminder of the capacity for evil that lurks within humanity. This is written by AI.
Yes.
Okay. So I just want to point that out real quick. The case served as a stark reminder of the capacity for evil that lurks within humanity, not within all of us. Say that. He said within humanity.
Said
Let's
humanity.
point that out. And the importance of vigilance in protecting the most vulnerable among us. Today, Clara Marova remains a symbol of darkness that can consume the human soul. Her name is synonymous with horror and tragedy, a reminder of the depths to which some are willing to sink. But perhaps, in confronting the darkness, we can find the resolve to shine a light and prevent such atrocities from ever happening again. That's why we highlighted Clara Marova for this week's Significant Women in History.
You know, they never actually say what she did.
Well, they say she tortured and, there was a torture chamber. I feel like we don't need to get into the details. Plus, it's one of those things where we ask for a brief, maybe a 2-minute read, 3-minute read, so it might have just left stuff
I'm going to know. Listen, I'm going to need a box of tissues and a bottle of Jergens and some specific detail on what exactly this torture chamber entailed. I mean, are we talking whips and chains? Are we talking stiletto stomping? Are we talking degrading where the girl spits on your face and calls you a little bitch, and then she puts you in latex, and then she slaps your dick when it's really hard, and she slaps it a few times, and then when it hurts, she then jerks you off, and then after you come, she then just keeps going, so it's this post-orgasmic torture? Like, is that what we're talking about?
Since it was children, I'm gonna say that's probably not what happened.
Highly likely.
Maybe.
How do you sweat on command? He's like sweating. He's like,
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to get the accurate picture here. I just need to get the right visual here
Commitment to
for journalistic purposes.
Journalistic purposes.
I'll be right back.
Masturbatory practices.
Meanwhile, Pete's actually looking at his dick. And he's like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?"
Phone.
Watching porno on your phone.
Have you noticed that Pete gets cooler and cooler every week? He's turned into like this hat, beard, and glasses.
I
can't help.
I also need to know
that cool.
My wife announced to me that she became friends with Pete on Facebook.
Oh, congratulations!
And, was apparently bombarded by all of his journeys, and she's like, "I didn't know he did so much stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, he's like the most interesting one of all of us, and yet he's boring as fuck." Like, I don't understand.
The problem is I'm actually the most interesting one out of all the group, and I don't say shit. Like, I don't tell anyone any of the things that I do.
You know what's funny is I got I reach out to other shows to try to get guests. So I reach out to other podcasts.
Right.
You know, and which I did. And I got the guy said, no. But he says, so his response was, "I'm going to pass, but I appreciate the invite. I checked out your show. Keep doing what you guys are doing. I like the clitoris guy. I couldn't listen to the whole thing. Does the black dude talk? Because that would be hilarious if he just sat there and watched." Anyway, keep it up and good luck. So there is somebody out there who would just enjoy it if you just sat there and watched.
Someone out there would really like it if the black guy would shut the fuck up and just watch. Got it. Got it. I understand.
We should cut some loops of his video out just when he's not saying anything. And then
can you get that?
Whether
can
he's
you
here
get
or not,
that black guy to shut the fuck up every once in a while and let the white man speak? Let the white man speak.
So what play are you going to be in? You're not going to be joining us next week, Big Daddy. We're going to be very upset about that.
I am going to be in a play written by award-winning playwright and friend to the show, Bill Potter. He has written another play, and this one is about the pitfalls of drug prices. And this one is called Thank You, Willie Sutton. And this is a hilarious comedy being put on by Reedy Point Players out in Delaware City. It starts Friday at, I think, 8 p.m. Tickets are available at the reedypoint.org website. I believe tickets are $15. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, Friday, Saturday, and then the following week, Friday, Saturday, I think Sunday. This Saturday, I will be with Fearless at the Delaware Contemporary. That's going to be Saturday night. And the next Forgetful Squirrels improv comedy show is going to be on 420.
420 show.
420 show. I think.
Apropos.
I kind of forget now.
Kind of forget what?
Dude.
They're doing that.
You're Friday. Let's do it for Johnny, man. That's what we used to say to each other when we were taking hits. Do it for Johnny.
Do it for Johnny.
Do it for Johnny. I told
Then
you,
Johnny
I just recently forced my wife to watch The Outsiders.
I just watched The Godfather.
Really? For the first time?
Yep.
Really? What did you think? I'm interested.
Off the motherfucking chain.
It's a good movie.
It did.
That was a good.
You didn't feel 1972 at any point in that, did you?
There was a part where they said something about let the monkeys do the cocaine because they're just animals.
That was, but that's the 40s.
Yeah.
That they're playing. But like, you can't watch that movie and know that it was made in the 70s. Other than, I mean, you really can't.
No, actually, it was. I thought it was. I thought it was done well, but that
if you didn't know, you would just think it's a period piece that was made.
Once it goes off the rails, that shit is wild as fuck. Like there were so many parts where you're just not expecting. You're like, oh shit.
Do you enjoy reading?
Yes.
The book makes the book takes you places the movie can't. The book is really spectacular.
I didn't know there was which one came first?
The book, The Godfather by Mario Puzo. P-U-Z-O.
Does your mother sew? Do you like apples? The way you said you like to read, it took me to like, you like apples? Does your mother sew? Christopher Walken in Joe Dirt was fantastic.
All right, it's on the list.
Walken's amazing in anything he touches, though.
Let me ask you a question. Does your mother sew? Get her sew this.
He actually comes up pretty frequently. I've been listening to Fly on the Wall. It's David Spade and Dana Carvey's podcast, and they talk very fondly of the times that they were on SNL with him.
Yeah. All right. There was something. I had a joke to make, and I forget what the fuck it was. I don't know. But you know what's... All right, so this is weird. This is just some weird thing that happened.
Okay.
Is I was doing something, and I like to put on TV for, like, just noise.
Yeah.
As stuff's going on. And I put on the show MacGruber.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Which I had watched.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I watched this before. I'm going to put it on again and just have it on for noise. And then I'm watching it. I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm like, I'd never seen this. This isn't, and it's this was all like brand fucking new to me. But I know I watched it, and then I thought about it, and I was like, I watched it when I was sick with COVID.
Mm-hmm. You don't remember it?
I don't remember it at all. I remember bits and pieces of being sick with COVID. You know what I mean? And that's one of the bits is me putting on MacGruber.
You just don't remember actually watching.
I just don't remember anything after that. And I was like, oh, fuck. And that's a great movie, too. MacGruber movie is fantastic. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. This is MacGruber. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I hold it up there with Drowning Moda. It's that good.
I mean, the second time around, a 10 out of 10 is a pretty good vote.
But the show was very, very good. They're not going to have a second season, which pissed me off. But there's a line, and the line made me so fucking happy. There's an exchange between MacGruber and the chick that, like, his love interest.
Okay.
All right. And they're going to, they got to go save somebody. And MacGruber goes, did you ever see The Outsiders? And she goes, no. He goes, let's do it for Johnny. And she's like, I don't know what that means. And he's like, it's a line from that movie. She goes, oh. It made my heart smile. It was just such a funny, and like I know there are so many people who are not going to find that sentence, that those series of sentences. There are very few people in the world that are going to find them funny. I'm one of them.
Yep.
And I laughed so hard at that because I've literally had that experience so many times. Because in high school, we all saw The Outsiders.
Yes.
And, Do It for Johnny was like a chant that we had whenever we were doing something stupid, like doing drugs or underage drinking or jumping off a bridge or jumping over a hedge. I did a lot of like
jumping.
Really, really physical stunts when I was in high school. Because I was a huge son of a bitch and I really didn't feel pain. Like things didn't hurt that much unless they were broken. And then like I could deal with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, Jesus Christ, I'm just a limping, fucking complaining fucking prick. But I did a lot of abusing of like jumping off of shit, jumping off roofs, jumping off decks, just jumping off to see if I could jump off.
Yeah,
I read a meme the other day that said that the story of my life is doing dumb shit set to cool music.
Yes. That is the story of my life. Well, of my early life. Now I just do boring shit set to cool music. You know what I mean? Because I still listen to cool music. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Are those the same glasses?
Everybody thinks their music.
Or do you have a different set of glasses that makes you look like you are currently holding cocaine?
I think these are the same ones that you made.
It's funny because no matter how you have your hair, you look like you've got cocaine. You know what I mean? When your hair was down and it was kind of like hanging in your face, it was very 70s cocaine. Now you're very 80s cocaine with the max headroom. If you could glitch a couple,
that does have a I want, hey, you want to party vibe.
What's your shirt?
Oh, that's Pink Floyd.
Love it.
That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Anybody else got anything to chime in there with, Pete? How your Trump sneakers doing? You reading Trump's Bible there, Pete?
Full of air and hot air.
Huh?
I was gonna go for like a Reebok pump joke or something.
Oh.
Full of air.
Oh. Well, you failed miserably.
Failed miserably.
Yeah.
Failed miserably. That's okay.
It was a good. I mean, I want to say it was a good try.
No, don't even say that.
I watched this whole thing on like how to spot liars and like. So I'm watching this guy and he basically breaks down interviews.
Okay.
With about special case. So he was breaking down. He did like 7 videos on the JonBenet Ramsey case.
Okay.
And he talks and he only goes into, he does like, I don't care about body language. I don't care if they're smiling weird. I don't care if their eyes are shifty. I say, I don't care. I'm listening to the words that they use. You have to listen to the words. And when somebody says, I want to say, and then makes a statement.
Yes, that's called a performative.
A performative. And I'm like, wow, that's great. I have a new way to lie. I can use performatives. I want to say that was a good attempt, Pete. That rolls off the tongue. Because you notice how I couldn't say it was a good attempt? It was hard. It was hard for me to come out.
But you want to say
once I
that.
put that performative in, it rolled right off my tongue.
I want to say I have an 8-foot dick.
There you go. See? Another wet thing I learned, and I put it right into practice. If you not up on the corner where it says TMVP 177 Francis Scott Key, I went back and changed it right? So the title of our video is Francis Scott Key Bridge Survivor talks about disaster.
Oh, P.S. You tried to post that video to your story or something?
All right, I don't need to hear it right now. I know.
Oh, you're hearing it.
No, I'm
you're
telling,
hearing it. It didn't work.
Okay.
Broken.
Let me explain to you when someone is telling a story how your non-important information is not important.
All I heard was blah, blah, blah.
I know that's what you heard, Pete. I know for a fact that I sound like the parents from Peanuts to you. I get that. No, I understand. I understand that. Now, what the fuck was I talking about?
Mission accomplished.
What was the point I was making, Mike?
You had a point?
What was the growth? Son of a bitch.
I'm not real sure where you were going.
Well, what row was I on?
The Francis Scott Key bridge.
Oh yeah, so ways to lie is what I was talking about. And so how I wrote the title was Francis Scott Key Bridge Survivor talks about disaster. He survived the bridge.
That's right.
He went over that bridge without being harmed. He survived. We talked about the disaster.
He did.
Right? He did. We talked about the disaster. So the Francis Scott Key Bridge survivor talked about the disaster.
That's right.
I did not say he survived the disaster. I said he survived the bridge.
Right.
Right. It's about turning words around.
It's about clickbait.
It was kind of like clickbaiting. Yeah. Didn't work. Didn't work at all. But it might work. We still have time. You know, it's going to be up. I'm just saying. So I was just fascinated by the way this guy was. Like, he wasn't. I was trying to think of some of the other things he said, but those were the two big ones: the performative, and lying by omission are two really good ways of getting away with shit.
Yeah, people don't see.
Is what I heard. That's how I took his information.
They're harder to pick out.
I mean, of course, when I explain, that I had to use a qualifier or a performative qualifier. After I explained that I had to use that to choke those words out of my mouth, you then know that they weren't sincere. So in this particular case, he just ignores me.
I want you to know.
He comes on my podcast and ignores me until he wants to say something. Then he just interrupts.
Because I'm just that cool.
That's true. That is true. You're not gonna. I meant to bring up. Fuck. In the monologue, I was, I meant to kind of just kind of tease the fact that we had two, rideshare drivers on the crew.
We do.
So this type of thing is, can be scary to anybody. There's people on the road a lot and all that. I meant to kind of just work that in a little bit, but I didn't. Now, this seems to always happen to me where I'll have shit planned to do right up front,
right?
Completely forget about it, and then at the end of the show,
try to stuff it right in.
Go, oh fuck, you know what? I meant to do that. Hey, wouldn't that have been funny, guys? And you'll go, yeah, that would have been funny had you done it, you fucking asshole.
Would have been great.
That would have been really great. Instead, it's just an anticlimactic piece of shit. So,
and now that we've given you that, I think I'm ready to talk this thing. What do you got?
Before we do that, so Sunday is Transgender Day. Congratulations, Maddie. So
Sunday is Easter.
It's also Transgender Day. So I
no, it ain't. You can't take Easter. I'm sorry. You can't do that.
So
Pick
I
another
can't
fucking day.
decide if I should
They gotta pick another
celebrate.
fucking day.
I got so I want to celebrate in one of two ways. I figure either A, I can punch a cross-gendered dude in the face, or bang a transgender lady. Wait, no. I can either punch a transgender woman or bang a transgender man.
Why don't you wake up and find your Easter eggs and make some egg salad like everybody else?
Or I could just find some Easter eggs, and if you want to keep it simple, Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's thinking about the logistics.
Yeah. So, and which brings me to another question. Let's say you are watching a fight between a cross-gender female and a born female.
Okay.
Do you break that up?
What?
Probably not.
I don't understand the question. Let me start again.
So you notice there is a fight between a cross-gender female and a born female. Is that a fight
So
that you break up?
a transition to female and a
gendered female.
biological female.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you break up that fight, or do you just let it happen?
Here's the thing. I have a general rule, and that rule is my name is Saul, and that's between all. If it's two dudes, if it's three dudes, if it's a dude and a chick, if it's a dude and a really small chick, and I've got somebody else with me, I might say something. But if I'm by myself,
after how many punches?
No, just one.
Oh,
Just one.
Just one.
And it might just be like a getting involved, calling the cops type of thing, But you feel like you gotta sometimes you just gotta get involved,
But see, yeah, that's what makes me wonder. Like if I know that this is a transgender woman and a biological woman, do I get involved in that fight?
No, that's a chick fight. No, it's a chick fight. Yeah, it's a chick fight.
Okay.
Because
then that reminds me of the transgender MMA fighter who ends up.
She can still kick her in her balls.
True. Because that bitch broke her opponent's orbital bone in her first fight.
Yeah.
That's getting hit with some dick power. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see the I sent you sometimes I'll send you something specifically, Big Daddy.
Yes, the boxing.
I think it would be a helpful, just the tips type of thing.
See, now that one I thought about would fall under the equality umbrella.
Yeah.
And I feel like I hammered that point home a lot in the last few videos.
Oh, okay. So then if you're not going to use, that.
I haven't figured out how to use it is the problem.
Well, I get you. So I think what I'd like to do is just demonstrate, equality. Because I enjoy this very much. I'm just that type of dude. Not that I want to see a woman get hit, but when they're really asking for it, like when it's really like.
I mean, there is an agreement made a contract drawn up.
Right.
The
Now, if you
rules are
watch
very
her-
simple.
Here, this is the part right here. You see how confident she is, and then she catches just one or two to the dome, and she realizes how bad she fucked up. She thought she could. Oh, she's about the same size. Look at that dance. Ha! Pow!
She's wearing heels.
And immediately runs away. And he went
They agreed to it, right?
They agreed to it.
She's wearing a Gucci dress. She never once thought about getting blood on her dress. And she thought that she was just going to intimidate, but no. They signed waivers.
He was going to hit her.
There were waivers signed, and he's been waiting to unload.
That is the look of a man who has been putting up and putting up and putting up and putting up.
Yeah. I wish I could, dude. Look at that.
I mean,
I wish the ref wasn't there because she catches the first one right here. Here's her hair.
Right.
I don't know if you guys are seeing my mouse.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he's getting a couple more, and she's decided to retreat. So here she is. She's still got a little bit of a smile on her face. Maybe that's fear. Who knows? But that's fear. Okay. Oh, she caught one to the back of the head. She really should have been. Now she's catching.
Defend yourself at all times.
Yeah, she does not know how to fight.
And then she just turtles right up.
Yeah.
And he just lets fucking loose. And that's the thing.
That's and this is the mistake a lot of women make is they think in a fair fight that they have a chance. They don't. It doesn't,
A lot of women forget that the amount of restraint that men hold by putting up with their bullshit. It takes a lot of self-restraint to put up with women's bullshit. And when this is a man who actually let himself go. That's what you're seeing. Like that, he just said, fuck it.
She signed paperwork.
And through a 22-piece combo.
She signed paperwork.
I mean, and he's hitting her from every angle.
It does not happen without waivers. It does not happen without paperwork. It just does not. It does not go. There's a ref. There's an audience.
You have to apply for and receive a license to step into a boxing ring.
What's that?
You have to apply for and receive a license from a state or a locality to step into a boxing ring. Period.
Yeah, it's got to be
this was an event. Board. This was an event that she signed up for and did not take seriously at all. She did no training.
Apparently not.
And that man did some training.
That man trained because he was coming to fight.
Got that lead leg planted firm.
He doesn't even have really good form. His haymakers are kind of sloppy.
Oh yeah, he's just absolutely just swinging for the fucking fence.
But they keep coming.
Yeah,
and just keep hitting her with everything.
I mean,
he's throwing some good angles though.
Up close, he's throwing good angles, but his haymakers are, he's not snapping his body good enough.
Yeah,
if he snapped his body with one of those haymakers, she'd be on the ground. And maybe that's it. Maybe he is showing restraint. He's just, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, that's actually very possible. I'm
not going to use core strength. I'm just going to use arm strength on this bitch. But, now that we've just completely.
Because a lot of his hits actually are worked to the stomach and the chest, like even in the corner.
Maybe she's pregnant. He's just trying
to.
Wow.
So the plan B stands for boxing. Gotcha.
You know what I've noticed?
What's that?
No waitress ever says when you have leftovers on your plate, do you want a box for that?
Okay.
They don't say it anymore.
I guess too many of them got smacked around.
Because I've been waiting for them to say, do you want a box for that?
I'd love to.
And I've been like, oh, no, but I'll wrestle you for it. Or, That's the joke. I've been waiting to. I just every time I go out to eat, I'm just waiting. I leave shit on my plate intentionally. They just don't say it anymore.
Now, to be fair, because this happens to me, usually I'll get the waitress will look at me and look at the plate and then look back at me and says, "You're going to finish that, right?"
I mean, wow. Aren't you being a little fucking assumptive?
There was a
You're
time
right.
years ago when I was much thinner than I am now, and we'd go out to breakfast. Sometimes we'd hit the local Cracker Barrel over there across the bridge in Jersey, and I order. They've got a menu.
I like to call it honky bucket.
Breakfast. What?
I like to call it honky bucket.
But they had a menu item called Uncle Herschel's Big Breakfast, and it was like 2 of everything.
Yeah, boy.
2 pancakes, 2 sausage, ham, bacon, pancakes. It just went down the line. A couple of fried eggs. It was huge. And I'd also order a side of grits in addition to the whole thing. And I would sit there and plow right through it. And it got to a point where staff would come by and like you could tell that the waitress is like, "Yo, go check out my table over there. That dude is actually going to finish that."
My personal favorite at the honky bucket is Grandpa's Country Fried Breakfast, and it's country fried steak, hash browns, eggs, bacon. It's just good. That's a fucking. God damn it! I love country fried steak.
Yeah,
it's like one of my favorite things. That and cream chip beef. Fucking love it.
It's got to be good cream chip beef, but yeah.
All right. I think we've
yeah,
I think cream chip beef is actually our safe word.
Yep. We're asking for a way out, folks. Once again, thank you for joining us. This has been the Media Virus Podcast, episode 177. This was our C block, and we'll be back with you next week on behalf of Grease Monkey Pete, Big Daddy, and our fearless leader, Matty Rockdeff. I'm Professor Mike Latours, coming from to you live here in Uncle Butch Studios. We'll be back next week with more Media Virus Podcast. You almost sound professional sometimes.
Sometimes. Once in a while. Don't let it go to your head.